if you look at the student life in UK, it's very much, like alcohol, junk food, late nights, sleeping through the day. That's a lifestyle. Attendance 0% required. It's not like India. But मैं रहा, foodie. So much so that, sometimes people around me, whenever I'm sitting to eat, people around me had to tell me, Miten, ho gaya tumhara khana? And I didn't know when to stop.
So what changed? Because in your school days only, you lost about 20 kilos.
Oh, the biggest fitness myth that annoys me the most is that people pursue this with an all-in or nothing mindset.
Because I think most of the time we do not really understand what passion is. Sometimes things that we like to do, we consider it a passion. What is your best cheat meal? Welcome back to Life Unscripted. Today I have with me Miten Kakaiya, a person who's actually an aerospace engineer, but somehow has become a fitness guru or a fitness enthusiast and has helped about more than 10,000 people revamp their energies, their lifestyles, and the way they feel every day. Now, we all want to fly. He is an actual aerospace engineer. He can fly or he can work with those planes that we so dearly love. But instead, he chose a life to revamp people's lives and make them fitter, happier, healthier. Thank you so much, Miten. Thank you for joining us today. First of all, how's the day been? I think it's quite a gloomy day today.
Our day has been fantastic so far, but thank you for having me on this podcast. I'm really looking forward to this conversation with you, Sharad, and for this lovely introduction.
Thank you so much. So, Miten, first things first, tell me what I've heard is that you were kind of overweight back in school and that did something to your head and then you lost a lot of weight. So, take me back. Take me back to your school days and tell me what did being overweight mean to you at that particular point of time?
So, back then, it wasn't the weight which was more of an issue, but the size of the body that just felt very uncomfortable. And more than me feeling uncomfortable about it, the people around me saw it as an opportunity to pick on this particular person. And that happened despite changing multiple schools, changing my residence, because, my parents started shifting from one place to another. So no matter the environment changing, the treatment that I used to get was always the same. So that made me uncomfortable about myself when I looked at myself in the mirror, and I used to have these huge love handles, man boobs, as they say. And I used to always look in the mirror and wonder that it would be a miracle if I am ever able to get rid of this. So that's what I felt. It was very broken and underconfident.
When did you actually decide that you want to do something about it?
When I went into like 9th grade, 10th grade, तो मैंने try किया कि I can try doing some push-ups from home, some crunches from home. Every night before going to bed, I used to do 50 reps of crunches, 3 sets, and 10 reps of push-ups, again 3 sets, in the hope that कुछ ना कुछ हो जाएगा. But despite doing it for good 2-3 months regularly, nothing happened. And it still felt the same that कि यार ये मतलब भगवान ने मुझे ऐसा बनाया हुआ है, nothing is going to happen to me. तो वो miracle वाला जो रहता है ना thought, that just stayed in my mind. And if I ever become fit, it would be a miracle.
So then, okay, 3 months you tried your crunches. By the way, that's a lot of crunches.
I know, right? It's a waste of time, by the way.
And then, so what changed? Because in your school days only, you lost about 20 kilos.
Correct. So what changed was after my 10th grade, I was sent to a boarding school because back in 2008, there were not too many IB schools in Bombay.
What school did you go to?
I went to, so I was in Podar for my IGCSE. And then uske baad I could have continued in Podar for IB, but my parents and I were of the opinion that I really want to go abroad for my studies. So sending me away from home in 11th and 12th grade itself would be the first step towards like going badi chalang. So we found a school in Bangalore, one of the top reputed schools. It's called TISB, the International School Bangalore. Amazing place, no doubt about that. Like very strict rules, and they make you prepare for the world ahead. But मैं रहा, foodie. So much so that sometimes people around me, whenever I'm sitting to eat, people around me had to tell me, Miten, ho gaya tumhara khana? And I didn't know when to stop. Yeah, so I didn't know when to stop because I was such a big foodie. Uske wajah se I was like oversized. Then I went to Bangalore. I went to the school. वहाँ का खाना मुझे सूट नहीं किया. And second thing was
basically the curse became a boon.
Yeah, but in addition to that, it was also kind of like a very strict environment. So it got really difficult to stay happy, and it started affecting me mentally. तो जब दिमाग सही नहीं रहता है, मतलब खुश नहीं रहता है, तो वो बॉडी पे दिखता है. एंड फॉर मी इट बिकेम अ बोन दैट आई स्टार्टेड लूजिंग ऑल द वेट. तो आई बिकेम समथिंग कॉल्ड एज अ स्किनी फैट.
Okay, so basically the muscles got loose.
मसल तो था भी नहीं पहले तो उतनी उम्र में.
Explain to me what is skinny fat.
Skinny fat is basically when you look to be thin, but your body still has a high body fat percentage and a very low muscle mass. That's the definition of skinny fat. तो पेट रहता है, love handles रहते हैं, but अगर आप कपड़े पहनोगे तो दिखेगा कि किसी ने ऐसा हैंगर पे कपड़े सुखाए हो.
Okay.
That's the visual representation of it. So love handles तो फिर भी as a part of my life. So वो miracle वाला thing is still playing in my mind कि मैंने weight तो lose कर लिया, I became skinny, but love handles तो पीछा ही नहीं छोड़ रहे. फिर वहाँ से मेरा सफर शुरू हुआ. I went to Manchester.
Okay. Then what did you do? How did you start getting fitter?
So in Manchester again, like अभी I went away from home. So I had the opportunity to take care of all my expenses and however I planned my expenses. So I decided to join the gym. 3 साल लगातार gym join किया. And I think I was very inconsistent, like how most people end up joining the gym. चंदा दे के आते हैं बस. 2 या 3 बार जाएंगे साल में. मैंने भी किया हुआ है. Because there was no reward for the effort that I was putting in. Plus उधर क्या है कि if you look at the student life in UK, it's very much like alcohol, junk food, late nights, sleeping through the day. वैसा lifestyle. Attendance 0% required. It's not like India where you have to get certain percentage of attendance.
I was in a different college altogether, my man.
Yeah.
I had requirement of 85% minimum.
अरे बाप रे. नहीं, only thing we had to do was attend practicals.
Okay.
So lifestyle was very, a student life in the UK. A lot of alcohol. So again, that added to the love handle, that added to the belly. Fast forward to 3.5, 4 years into it. In my final year, there was a junior who was very fit. उसके 6-pack abs थे. तो मैंने उसको पूछा भाई कैसे यार? Like diet नाम की भी एक चीज होती है. So that's how I was introduced to the concept of diet. And then we started, and we were like kind of sharing our accommodation. So I started eating what he was eating. कुछ बोरिंग नहीं था. मैं राजमा खा रहा हूँ, छोले खा रहा हूँ, चौली खा रहा हूँ.
So was that junior in Indian?
He was in Indian, yeah, of course.
तभी तो राजमा छोले and all.
Correct. हाँ, and अभी तो 4-5 साल रहे वहाँ पे, तो you know how to cook your meals and everything. So you're like very well versed in cooking everything, पाव भाजी से लेके everything. So eating all of that, I started losing the fat, and I could see the love handles start to disappear. तो जो last 10-15 साल का जो मेरा ये था कि it would be a miracle if I lose those love handles. Within 3 months, love handles vanished.
Just 3 months.
Just 3 months.
So to simplify, I mean, it is not about how much of hard work you put into it. I think it's a little bit of smart work as well. Knowing what to eat. I think that's so. How much would you rate The amount of workout or food, like if you have to rate them on a scale, how much percentage would you give to the food and how much would you give to the workout?
That's a very contextual question. लोग बोलते हैं 80-20 करो, अभी तुम्हें एकदम फिट ही रहना है, it has to be 100% workout, 100% diet. There is no slacking anywhere. But again, when you grow older, life has priorities. काम रहता है, family रहती है. You're not able to give your 100% to both. It's about balancing what you can do absolute best. And this is what I coach my clients now. It's 100% diet, 100% workout. ये होता है फिटनेस के लिए. But people fail to realize fitness और health दोनों अलग चीजें हैं.
Enlighten me, please.
Fitness is more about being able to perform certain activities, looking in a certain way. It's a lot to do with your external appearance. Health is more about the internal functioning of the body.
So, as you mentioned, fitness and health are two different things. But I think in a normal person's mind, they are one and the same thing. Like you go to the gym, you get fitter, vis-a-vis, you have better health. You eat clean food, you get fitter, vis-a-vis, you get better health.
Correct.
So, how does it change?
It changes because every person's body internally is different. There's a lot of trauma, emotional, yeah, internal, that everyone has gone through in their life, in their growing years. And as a result of it, the way you absorb nutrients from the food that you're eating alters. तो जैसे कि अभी क्या हो रहा है, सोशल मीडिया पे लोग बोल रहे हैं प्रोटीन खाओ, प्रोटीन खाओ, प्रोटीन खाओ. It's become the new fad. Okay, you need to have protein, you need to have this protein, this much amount of protein, this much amount of protein, but nobody is focusing on your overall balanced meal. Nobody is talking about your gut, how much can it actually absorb the protein that you're eating. पहले क्या हुआ, जैसे ही प्रोटीन फेमस हुआ सब प्रोटीन के बारे में बोलने लगे. अभी लोगों को प्रोटीन से प्रॉब्लम होने लगी, ब्लोटिंग होता है, पेट पत्थर बन जाता है. सो नाउ ब्रांड्स आर कैपिटलाइजिंग ऑन दैट. ये प्लांट प्रोटीन खाओ, उससे कुछ नहीं होगा. Yeah, so this is what I mean. This is very simple. If you can join the dots over here, what I mean by fitness or health.
Got it. So basically, when you went on this journey of your own fitness, then it became like your life's purpose. And I think from this purpose, you have clearly derived that there is a difference between fitness and health. And then you started helping people as well. So when did you realize that you could actually help people with this? And I have a follow-up to this as well, which is basically, how did you convince the first person to actually listen to you?
So this is exactly where the switch from aerospace engineering to fitness and health happened. मेरी बहन की शादी थी 2016 में. So I had come to India for that. And a few of my cousins, they were like, भाई तू तो already fit हो गया. We've seen you. You were what and now you are what? 6-pack abs and everything. तेरी बहन की शादी आ रही है, प्लीज हमें भी थोड़ा पतला कर दे. हमें वेट लॉस करना है, हमें अच्छे फोटोज चाहिए. And I'm like कि यार मैं तो रहा aerospace engineer. I have never done this in my life, but I know the basics because I've been doing this fairly consistently for a good 1.5 years now. So let me do one thing. Let me create something in terms of a nutrition plan or a meal plan. You guys try it out. घर वाले हैं तो रिस्क नहीं है इतना. Immediate घर वाले said कि ये एक हफ्ता फॉलो करो and then come back to me with a feedback कि ये हुआ नहीं हुआ. What progress are you seeing? Are you feeling anything or not? Are you able to sustain it? So that's how it started. I helped them for the first week, and the end of the first week when I had to collect feedback from them, and I still remember this vision. I was sitting on my dining table at home एंड जब फीडबैक आ गया था आई हैड टू एनालाइज इट एंड मेक अपडेट्स टू देयर न्यूट्रिशन प्रोग्राम. तो उसके लिए मुझे लैपटॉप खोलना है. आई स्टिल रिमेंबर टिल डेट के उस दिन जब मुझे लैपटॉप खोलने की बारी आई, मुझे ऐसा लगा ही नहीं कि मैं काम करने बैठ रहा हूँ.
It became more of a passionate thing, something which is just fun.
It's you won't believe me. I used to feel that passion is a word which is a scam.
Oh, it still
दुनिया
is.
बेचती है तुमको कि अरे तुम पैशनेट होगे तो ही तुम आगे बढ़ोगे. आई नेवर फेल्ट दैट पैशन इवन एग्जिस्ट्स until that moment that I had to open the laptop and it just didn't feel like work.
Actually, this is, as you mentioned, passion feels like scam. I mean, yes, it does. Because I think most of the time we do not really understand what passion is. Sometimes things that we like to do, we consider it a passion. Passion actually is something which you just described. That when you open the laptop and when you start working on it, it doesn't feel like work. It's just natural. Now, first say that if it is something you like for example, let's say that XYZ person, or let's say myself, I like going to the gym. So that's not my passion. So that will feel like work. I will skip my days. But if it's just like it's so engraved that automatically at a particular time I pack my bags and I'm in the gym, I work out, I get back and I don't even feel a thing. Feel a thing as in like, yeah, it's normal.
Part of my life.
Then I don't even miss it, because if I miss it, I feel even worse. And I don't do it for the fitness or health or benefits or six packs, something like that. I just do it. That is kind of a passion, you can say, which can be turned into something. And usually, passion I have seen stems from a need. Passion usually stems from some sort of pain that you have figured out or you feel. So I believe that in this regard, that whole 10, 12 years of torment which you did for yourself in your own head, with whatever was going on with your body size, I think that fueled that passion. Because as you mentioned, you made it in your head like it will be a miracle. So basically, you went ahead and achieved that miracle. So I think it is something which all our viewers can very well sink in, that sometimes it's like when you are really serious about something, you do tend to get to that. I mean, kind of manifestation, right?
Yeah.
Which is quite common, and a lot of people are talking about it right now. So moving forward, okay, you did it for your friends, but it's always difficult to get something to the market and have somebody pay for it.
Correct. Correct. I mean,
Because
that was just the initial, that's where the idea came in. Like, it was more like, okay, this is something I'm enjoying. खुद तो फिट हो गया, ठीक है. Now people in today's industry are confused making yourself fit versus making other people fit to be the same thing. I am passionate about going to the gym is very different from I am actually passionate about helping other people. For me, it was that realization that I'm actually passionate about helping other people. So I started taking it very seriously. There were a lot of international coaches on Instagram that I used to follow who had already made it big back then.
okay,
They had a proper proven business model, and उस business model को हमने थोड़ा study किया and tried to explain it to my parents. Because the moment I told my parents that this is something that I want to consider doing, like a typical parent 10 years back, 8 years back,
even now,
फिटनेस ट्रेनर बनेगा तू. इतना हम लोग ने एरोस्पेस इंजीनियरिंग का खर्चा किया है, वहां से तू फिटनेस ट्रेनर. देन आई एम लाइक नो, एंड प्लस माय डैड इज अ सीए, सो आई हैड टू एक्सप्लेन इट टू हिम इन हिज लैंग्वेज.
numbers.
यस, कि देखो डैड, ये है बिजनेस मॉडल है, इस ये मेरा गो टू मार्केट स्ट्रेटजी है, इस तरीके से मैं लॉन्च करूंगा, एंड यू सी how the product, how the results come out of it.
Got that. Now, tell me, how did the first 10 clients look like? First, why did they go ahead with you? Because you are somebody who's not proven in the market.
Correct.
Even though you have the knowledge to
Correct.
back it up. Second, how did you convince them to actually pay for it? Or was it like in the beginning you were just doing a trial with like bunch of 10 people or something?
No, so this is where one of my first paid client comes into the picture. And I'm again very thankful for her dedication. मेरे पास मेथड तो है, ठीक है,
How much
एक
did you earn
कोच
from that
आपको,
client?
सॉरी.
How much did that client pay, if you can
Oh
answer
yeah,
that?
so I'll tell you that client I had to literally wake up at 5:30 in the morning, go to JVLR, train her from 6 o'clock to 7 o'clock. और वो भी आई थी मुंबई. She used to study in Delhi or somewhere. She used to stay. Her family used to be over here in Goregaon in Mumbai, and she was there for only 8 weeks. Flat 8 weeks she was here for that vacation, December January period. उनके भी स्टडीज के बीच में उनका था गैप. तो 8 वीक्स के लिए उन्होंने मुझे हायर किया था. देयर वाज एन ऑनलाइन पोर्टल जहाँ पे मैंने अपना नाम डाल के रखा था, एंड दैट्स वेयर आई थिंक दे फाउंड मी. एंड 8 weeks, Sharad, she was so diligent that I was going there at 6 o'clock. She used to make sure that she also wakes up at 6 o'clock, come to the gym. I used to train her in the gym, and I had also prepared her meal plan again week on week basis. ठीक है, ट्रेनिंग के लिए उसको तो खाली बिल्डिंग में नीचे आना है क्योंकि उसके सोसाइटी का जिम था. बट sticking to the nutrition part of things, I am still thankful to her that she did. And as a result, 8 week में वो जो transformation उन्होंने achieve किया, that became my poster to roll out my business idea.
Right. So now, since you started doing this business and you started gradually getting more clients, I mean, there would be a need for a team. And what I understand that you have a complete virtual team, like a remote working team. So how do you align the cultural values or the kind of passion that you have for your craft? How do you instigate that into that particular team when you hardly meet them?
So इसके लिए यार, it has been a tough ride. There have been a lot of hires and fires. And one thing I've learned over time is hire fast, but fire faster.
I actually do the opposite. Hire really slow, fire fast.
So yeah, I do that as well. I hire really slow in the sense my hiring process is very tedious. There are like 3 rounds. क्योंकि मैंने जब Airbus के लिए जॉब के लिए अप्लाई किया था, and I got that job as well as an aerospace engineer. They were like, in UK it's like पहले तो आप ऑनलाइन अप्लाई करो, फिर एक कवर लेटर उसके साथ भेजो, फिर दे विल कॉल यू फॉर ग्रुप इंटरव्यू, देन दे विल कॉल यू, नहीं, देन देयर इज एन एप्टीट्यूड टेस्ट इन बिटवीन, फिर ग्रुप इंटरव्यू होता है, फिर पर्सनल इंटरव्यू होता है. सो देयर लाइक मल्टीपल राउंड्स ऑफ स्क्रीनिंग. So I also created a similar system for any recruit that I make even today. You have to go through 3 rounds of screening. अगर आपकी पर्सनैलिटी और आपका पैशन कहीं पे भी मुझे फर्स्ट राउंड में, सेकंड राउंड में, थर्ड राउंड में कहीं पे भी नहीं दिखा, then sorry, this job is not for you. For me, it's important the passion with which I am helping other people out. I need my team to be equally passionate about it. And if they're not passionate about it, then it's just like they're going to be opening the laptop just because they're getting a salary in return. Salary, yeah, is a very big component. They're getting paid very well as well. But understanding each client for who they are, understanding your job and how critical it is in the business and what impact it has for the greater good, that's something which we try to align within our teammates. And if that resonates really well with them, then it clicks. If it doesn't click, sorry, then my organization is not the right place for you to work.
So in this journey, I mean, can you tell me the biggest challenge that you face? Okay, we have already spoken about your first clients, getting somebody to pay for the services, hiring team and firing team, understanding what you really want. But was there like a moment that felt like, oh yeah, क्या मैं कहाँ फंस गया kind of? Was there ever a moment?
कहाँ फंस गया वैसा मोमेंट तो नहीं था, बट देयर बीन लॉट ऑफ challenges which comes, as you try to scale. Lot of mistakes you make, hiring wrong people who then take you for a ride. Realizations come in, so then you try to clean up. That I think was the biggest challenge. And another thing which I have learned over the years is that you should not mix your emotions with business.
Talking about emotions, like when you're on social media, I think you're quite popular over there, and I think you must be getting a lot of clients through that as well. That also comes with a pushback from the people who do not resonate with you.
Hmm.
Like with the good, there will be some bad. So how do you deal with that? Because what happens is when you say something, there will be some people who disagree with it, and they tend to, I think they have more free time, so they tend to speak smack or they tend to speak ill,
Hmm.
and sometimes that affects your mindset.
Yeah.
How do you tend to stay happy, and how do you tend to move ahead despite all that flack?
I think you answered it when you said they have a lot of free time.
That I think I
So,
believe.
if you appreciate that fact that they have a lot of free time and you treat them, your response with respect, they usually take back what they're saying or they start to understand what you're trying to say. पहले क्या है, अगर कुछ भी कंटेंट तुम डाल दो, it if it is challenging your internal beliefs, you will get triggered and you will end up commenting hate about it.
Got it. Tell me one instance where you felt that, okay, I have made it, the aha moment of your whole journey so far.
I still don't feel I made it. There's still a lot of way to grow.
So far.
Uh, it
See, I
was,
believe you should have more and more aha moments surpassing the previous one. Tell
yeah,
me the
but
best one so far.
to be honest, if you ask my wife also, she is the person who keeps telling me that Miten, you need to be appreciative of what all you've achieved so far. And I'm like, if I start appreciating all of that, I will not be able to focus on what I want to do next. So I have not really, I can't really introspect in terms of those aha times, but there was this particular time in pandemic when the world moved online. We were doing online before the world even came online. So we had the tools, we had the systems, we had the team for delivering online. And I still remember in one go in a December campaign for an early bird resolution, we had like 450 clients sign up in less than 10 days time. That felt ke हाँ boss,
कुछ तो किया है.
कुछ तो किया है.
Do you think that MSF has the capability to scale globally?
It already is. We've got clients in 45 countries across the world. The model that we employ is already being used by so many international coaches, top level coaches, reputed coaches. So it is something which is 100% globally scalable.
If we are consider that we are fast forward and we are in
Yeah,
2035,
yeah.
what do you feel you would have achieved?
I think 10 years is a very long vision to have because world changes. It's not in your control. A 5-year vision would be more appropriate and realistic to have. We want to help the next 1 lakh people not just lose weight, but start to feel good about themselves, start feeling more energetic and confident in their own skin.
That's a lot of information, Miten. Now I want to do some rapid quick fire questions just to calm things down and have a little bit more fun. My first question is, what is your best cheat meal? Do you have cheat meals?
Yeah, of course.
Do you give cheat meals to your
I
client as
give
well?
cheat meals to my clients. Forget cheat meals, I give cheat days to my clients. See, this is where it gets tied down to how much of it do you need to give for nutrition and
Yeah,
workouts. It's not 100% all the time. तुम्हारी life सिर्फ वो नहीं है ना. तुम्हारे life में there will be celebrations, there will be work commitments, there will be family commitments. So you enjoy your cheat days when those occasions come up. You enjoy your cheat days every single week because that keeps you dedicated to pursue this as a lifestyle for a longer period of time. क्योंकि fitness एक ऐसी चीज है जो कोई टी शर्ट की तरह नहीं है कि आप दुकान में गए, कार्ड स्वाइप किया, घर आए, पहने एंड यू आर एंजॉयिंग इट. नो, फिटनेस इज समथिंग वेयर यू हैव टू स्वाइप योर कार्ड फॉर अ कोच और व्हाटएवर, फॉर अ जिम, फॉर योर फूड और व्हाटएवर, बट यू हैव टू पुट इन द वर्क, नॉट जस्ट वंस, रेगुलरली. तब जाके आपको उसका रिवॉर्ड मिलेगा. सो दैट चीट मील्स हेल्प्स यू स्टे कमिटेड फॉर दैट लॉन्गर जर्नी to help you achieve those
what
rewards
is
that
your
you want.
favorite cheat meal?
My cheat meal would be I have this very regularly, samosa.
Achha.
And I think a lot of the staff over here was having the grill sandwich, and I think it's the same grill sandwich which I enjoy at least once every month.
And one fitness myth that really annoys you.
That you need to. Oh, the biggest fitness myth that annoys me the most is that people pursue this with an all in or nothing mindset. And I think by now, I've established that it doesn't have to be all in or nothing. Every small little effort that you put in counts towards the bigger picture.
So I think this has a lot to do about discipline. So my next question is, for somebody who's not disciplined, like has a very chaotic life, I mean, it's up to them, right? So If they come to you, sum it up in one sentence how you can inspire them to be disciplined.
It's very difficult again because this is very contextual. आपके लिए वो पेन पॉइंट कुछ अलग रहेगा एज अपोज टू किसी और के लिए वो पेन पॉइंट कुछ अलग रहेगा. योर वाई is the most crucial thing. So we try to understand what your why is. For me, that why was कि वो miracle आ जाए जिसके वजह से मेरा discipline आ गया. So my answer to that would be to understand your why, and if you are very serious about your why, your discipline will come in.
Basically, to summarize, get clarity on the why.
Correct. Understand your why.
Would you ever go back to aerospace?
I don't think so. I don't think so.
Great. Thank you so much, Miten. I think we had a lovely conversation. I really appreciate the fact, which I have said multiple times during our conversation, that sticking to something for a long period of time and getting the results is not easy. Thinking of a miracle and making sure that miracle comes to pass is not easy, which you have done flawlessly. So thank you so much for sharing that story, and thank you so much for telling us that when you actually do something which comes from a pain that you possess, if you play it right and if you do enjoy it, you can actually turn it into a fruitful enterprise, which is or which may be global in nature. So thank you so much for that. I wish you the best with MSF.
Thank you for having me, and really enjoyed this conversation with you. I think it could have gone on for hours, but yeah, it was fun. I didn't realize the time going by. This is my first podcast in such a setup, so it was a good experience. Thank you for making me feel comfortable as
Thank
well.
you so much.
And I wish you all the very best for your podcast as well.
Thank you so much. So stay tuned for Life Unscripted, where we get many more such entrepreneurs who stem from passion, stem from need, stem from pain. These people are going to talk about the fabulous, amazing journey they have had to make it big and to be where they are today. Thank you.